basically, pardon them all so he could go, tour the world and whatever. And about a couple months ago, he went to the Vatican. To the Vatican! Can you believe that? To the Vatican! And they were in Italy, and Bunny is in recovery too, sort of. Like, all right, like I said, everybody has their own journey, right? Well, when they were in Italy, they drank 2 bottles of wine or something, and she had to say, listen, I never said I was sober, never said I didn't drink anymore. I'll have a couple of drinks and whatever. But see, this is what happens when stores like, say, Jelly Roll, Bunny XO, or whoever else, they're under a microscope. And they'll just, pull out every little thing about them and try to call them out, saying, see, they're frauds. You know what I mean? I'm getting off topic here, but AI has advanced so much where you really can't tell. I can tell because I have that ear for it, right? But when AI music was first starting out, you can usually tell. You know what I mean? But AI, like I said, has been developing a snap of a finger, blink of an eye, and it's, it's amazing but scary at the same time. And that's why a lot of these AI companies are trying to develop where they'll have like a stamp where if you click on it, or if you go to, say, Google Images or whatever, they'll say images AI, and it'll say the date where it was made, or in place where it was made, or whatever. You know what I mean? It'll have a stamp on it. I feel like such a nerd. I feel like such a geek when it comes to AI stuff. But anyway, yeah. Hold on. And this was from a year ago, remember?
This concept of what would AI for good look like for us. And the first thing that came to mind was we would give Randy Travis his voice back.
There were, however, more than a few skeptics.
It sounded like, like a parlor trick or something.
But Kyle Lenning, with Randy's blessing, decided to try. He and Warner Music started by pulling 42 Randy Travis tracks from the vault.
Operator, please connect me.
Like this one, the original recording of his hit 1982. And then they stripped away the music, leaving only the vocal.
For what I didn't do.
So basically, I'm getting mad at Band Labs because of the placement of the instrument, and try Suno. Suno has a very user-friendly interface. It's a lot easier. They have an AI music site called Refusion also, and all that. I can walk you through that stuff too. But they isolated his vocals away from the song. They put in 11 Labs, which is a cloning voice site or whatever. Oh, come on, Tay. It's only they have soon. Tay, girlfriend, you can use the free plan. You can basically, if you want to buy the rights to your song, to your own song, it's basically you're buying the license. You're buying your copyright. You know what I mean? And I think it's like $10 a month for it doesn't matter. But all these sites have free plans. And yeah, it's frustrating because these AI sites, they'll give you just so much where you'll just use it, and then you're like, well, I want to do this, I want to do that, and then all of a sudden you can't. It's because you have to pay to be on that plan to do what you want to do. I know. Well, your kid you and your kid comes first. I know. I use them. They're in Portland. I'm sorry you have to go through that. My father never paid child support for me. My father was an alcoholic and everything else, and I did have visitation rights. But when my father was dying, like my father told my mom, well, let's go up to the VA and talk to a rep so Vicky can get my Social Security check. Until I was 18 and all that stuff. You know what I mean? And so my mom went with my dad to the VA to talk to a rep. And so the rep asked my mom, well, does Al pay child support? And my mom says, no, he doesn't. And my father looked at my mom and he's like, what are you doing? And so the VA rep said, well, we can't do anything for Vicky then. So my mom went all the way up to New York State for nothing, and whatever. So they walked out of the building, and my father said to my mom, why would you tell him that? And my mom says, I'm not going to lie for you because you haven't paid child support. But you could go through, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you tried this or not. You can actually take them to court through your local social services. They'll find him and they'll advocate for you to get child support, because that's what happened to me and my husband. I'm talking about my first husband, my two kids' father. But I didn't have custody of my kids because of my addiction. My mom had to go to court for my kids. Do you know what? We can talk. We don't have to talk about this now. But there are ways of you getting something. And my mom used to get frustrated too, because my father-in-law would stick up for his son, right, and all that, and sometimes he would only pay $5 a month, $5 a month for Sean, not even that. You know what I mean? And he was in the rears and everything. You know what I mean? And but my mom, God bless her, she didn't go after me. Well, of course, because I was her daughter, and plus I was in addiction, and plus I was still trying to make an effort to see my kids and all that stuff. But yeah, it's a frustrating process and all that stuff. But he's not an addict or alcoholic, is he? If he is, I wouldn't want my kid to be around that anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he was in the rears a lot. A lot. I hope your little man had some kind of male influence in his life. A positive influence. Oh. But does the little man have a positive father figure? Like maybe your dad, maybe your, you know. And believe me, each child needs both a male and a female influence, you know, in their lives. Well, he waves to a lot of guys on the coffee crew and would take a lot for someone to be in his life like that. Yeah, well, I mean, like, if you have guy friends and stuff that, you know, that don't drink or drug or just, I mean, and if they smoke cigarettes, that's okay. Right? I wonder why. But no, even if it's your neighbor or whatever, just to, you know what I mean? But like, let's just say you were looking and you found them. When you're not looking, that's when you find love, right? And I'm not trying to give you advice. I only give suggestions. And I think you're a smart girl. I know you're a smart girl. You know, and I don't think you would put your kid through anything. I know you wouldn't. Okay, but the thing is, if a man really wanted to be a part of your life, they have to be a part of your son's life, and also it's best if they had kids themselves. You know what I mean? I'm not trying. Believe me, I'm only suggesting things. I'm not trying to be like Dear Abby or anything. Okay.